How do you feel about moving?
Good. It's gonna be small. It's okay. What?
Hi, it's Ashley from Need More Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and I'm going to be calling this officially Moving Vlog Day 1. So it's been a few months since I announced my move, but I'm starting to actually move. And I know it really doesn't look like it. Like, for example, the fact that I still have this entire thing up, but I think my baking kitchen is going to happen last because I actually use this space. But we've sold a bunch of things. A lot of things are starting to look empty. My husband has sold his entire home gym. And yet things are still also looking very full at the same time. But I will say that from a few months ago, I am feeling so much clarity and I am feeling so free and just so mentally well. I feel like when I filmed the I'm leaving vlog or I'm moving or this is the end or whatever other millennial type shock value video I called it, I feel so much clearer from that point. And I know it doesn't really look like anything in particular when I posted that video, but I was feeling good at that point, but still very much overwhelmed. And I feel like because now I've really marinated in the fact that I'm going to be moving to this smaller space, and we've taken a look at it a couple times and we're like, yes, this is the right choice. This is a good choice. It's funny because I know I talked about how I'm moving to a smaller place, and every single time we talk about moving to somebody that maybe doesn't know us very well, it's always, oh, are you moving to a bigger place? And it's like, no, we're actually moving to a place half the size. But I also look at it as a very intermediary space. It's a space that I know that I can love for a long time, but I'm also looking at it as I do want to be moving forward as well. Something that I did not expect when thinking about my move was just how much I stopped caring about things. Like, I used to collect a bunch of macaron themed things and Friends themed things, the TV show. I love that TV show. And now moving into my new house, I'm like, I don't really need that. I want everything to be in cupboards. I want everything to be packed away. I don't need any little trinkets. I want things to be very, very minimal. And I think I've actually always been like that. It's just that when we moved into this house, because there's so much space, if we didn't have those things looked really empty and not lived in. And it actually took a long time for us to make this house feel like a home because of how high the ceilings were and just the sheer volume of floor space. And so I think I'm going back to the way that I used to be, where I just didn't have that much stuff. And really in my life, the stuff that I have is like my baking kitchen. So right now I'm still in the process of thinking, how can I get my baking kitchen to fit into my regular kitchen that we're going to have, where it's just one kitchen, one oven. So I've been planning a lot of videos where it's going to be like my last hurrah in the big kitchen, and I'm going to do really big projects because I just think that going into my new home, it's not going to be feasible for me to do really, really, really huge baking projects. I think if anything, I'll do medium-sized projects, but because of the space that I'm in, it's going to look like a bigger project. If that makes sense. For example, my island space, that is a huge, huge island, and it might not look like it in videos, but it's really, really big. So when I do a setup on that island, I need to pack like a lot of stuff in there to make it look full. Whereas when I'm in my new place, the island is like half of that island, maybe 3/4 of that island. So if I'm packing stuff on there, it's going to look a lot more full. We're going to see how that pans out. To be honest, I haven't felt super motivated with my videos lately. I do get sparks of joy and wanting to film, which is great, but it's not that same type of like crazy high motivation that I had in the first 2 years of my channel, because when I was doing that, I kind of had a continual uphill climb. I mean, sure, there were small little plateaus in between, but really everything else skyrocketed. And now, instead of my videos sitting anywhere from 10,000 to upwards of 100,000 views per video, now I sit at like 2,000 views per video, if I'm lucky. And I know that a lot of channels go through this, which is why we see a lot of YouTubers quit. And I'm not saying I want to stop or that I want to quit, but I definitely have not been as motivated. And I think it's because before I was just doing it for the love and the joy of creating videos and just seeing all the amazing things that I've done. And I think that now, because I've done so many things, I don't know what else to create sometimes. And I also want to continue to be authentic, and I just feel like some of the more trendier baking videos can rely on not just creativity, but also doing things that I don't really want to do, because this is a very tutorial based channel that I run. So that's just a little mini update of how I've been feeling, but I definitely am still making content, and I think that maybe being in a different space altogether might spark some new energy in me as well. Also, I'm doing my musicals right now. We all know springtime is just a really, really big time for me. I do 2 musicals a year because I work at 2 different schools. And it's funny because I know that this is all on me. As a teacher, I do not have to do musicals at all. We do not have policies like that where the music teacher or band teacher is expected to do things like this. It's something that I love to do. I'm so passionate about, but it does take all of my creative energy out. So I just get tired around this time, and I lose my voice. But luckily, I got strep like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, and I was able to just get that out of the way. So I'm hoping I do not have strep after this, because every single time after musicals, I get sick. Everybody seems to do that. I think it's like your body like tensing up and then just letting go. But you didn't come here to hear about all of my musicals. You came here to hear about how my moving is going. So we are officially 30 days away-ish from getting possession of our house, which is so exciting. What is not exciting is the thought of me having to park in a tandem garage, because I won't say I'm a terrible driver. Like, I really haven't been in any major car accidents whatsoever, but my car is kind of wide and the tandem garage is kind of thin. It's like really in tandem garages in these type of spaces, because it just saves room. But I definitely packed away all of the things that I don't really use, like teacups and mugs, and I gave them all away. My mother-in-law every single year gives our family, like, I think on average 6 mugs a year. And although I had tons of space for all those mugs here, I just don't have the space in my new place. So I did end up giving a lot of them away, a lot of Christmas mugs. And it's really great to see how grateful people are. Like, we live in a really nice neighborhood, a pretty affluent neighborhood right now. And still, people are just so grateful for free things. Like, someone messaged us after we gave them a whole bin of the mugs. They were like, wow, there's so much great things in here. Thank you for giving us such great quality things. So, it's really nice to see that. And my husband has been handling all of the marketplace stuff. So he's been selling pretty much everything on marketplace. And I gotta say, he gets things moved out of here very, very quickly. We haven't had any crazy marketplace stories, which is also really, really nice. I do think that it's this area, though. I just think you don't get as many of those types of stories. But fun fact, the place that we're going to, it's the same city technically, but a lot of people have feelings about it. They always want to call it different cities. One of the big things that we're struggling with right now is deciding what to do with the kids' rooms. The kids' rooms are very small in comparison to what they have now. They also don't spend a whole lot of time in their rooms right now, but they probably will be spending more time in their rooms in this new place, because we won't have a rec room like we have now. So we really want to make sure that we're utilizing the space as best as possible. And my aunt actually does interior design work, and she also does installation too. So we're kind of looking into, do we want to spend that extra money to really, really utilize the space properly and to maybe have some built-ins that are going to help us do that? Or do we just kind of want to muddle through and do it on our own, because this really isn't, in my head, going to be our forever home? I don't know. It's a debate, right? Because it's probably going to be pretty expensive to get those installs done and just to get the design done in general. But it could also really, really help. It's kind of like when you have a baby and you're like, do I really want to invest in this, $100-something bassinet? And the ones that I'm talking about, the ones that vibrate or the ones that help baby sleep better. And then you're like, nah, I'm just going to get the regular one that just, I had growing up as a kid. And then at 2 a.m. in the morning, you're thinking, why didn't I just get the bassinet that vibrated for those extra few dollars? So I'm kind of weighing that out in my mind. I'm going to have all summer to really make everything exactly as I want it. I think in this home, just because of how big it was, I didn't really ever decorate this place properly. I never did things properly. So I feel like in this home, it's already so beautiful, especially the way the owner had it before. And so I think because there's those pieces in there and she really mapped out the space very nicely for us, I have a vision for what I want to do. So I don't know, do I want to invest in that extra money to make it perfect, or do I just want to, coast along? And because we're going to be paying this insane mortgage, like what do I want to do? We're going to be starting to move all of our stuff over once we get possession. Bless my parents. Of course, they're not going to kick me out as soon as we get possession. So we can move everything over very slowly and at our pace. I think the last things that are going to go are going to be all of my baking stuff, because I am going to continue filming videos pretty much almost until the end, because I have some contract work that I need to do. And then I'm also thinking our beds and the couch and the TV are going to go last on the final move. So we will have one day where it is a finality move. We move all the big stuff at once and then we're done. I'm sure in the next coming vlog, you're actually going to see way more packing, way more donating of things, and I'm getting excited. So thanks so much for watching this little vlog. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this style where it's just super, super casual and me talking about my life and my thoughts. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to check out my main channel, Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, if by some reason you stumbled upon this channel by complete accident. And if you love baking content, be sure to check out the Bake Down podcast. We have been paused on what we have filmed lately, but we are going to be filming very, very soon. And we just posted a brand new one to you. Maybe it wasn't brand new for us, but it's brand new to you. And our latest podcast covers the subject area: is teaching more stressful or making gender reveal cakes? I know it sounds a little silly, but listen to the points that we have to say. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Knead More Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading when I feel like uploading on this channel, so be sure to comment down below if you want to throw out any other subject areas that you may want me to talk about. Bye!